Welcome to the drummer workout, the percussion workout today. So this is going to be a real short, quick, easy workout you can do just about anywhere. You are going to need a little bit of equipment. I'm going to talk you through that real quick. So what you're going to need, if you have access to a lacrosse ball, these are great. You can get them for like $5 just about anywhere. Any sporting goods store, Amazon, my website, wherever. You are going to need one of those. And if you don't have one, you could use a golf ball if you're feeling strong. A foam roller. The reason for the foam roller, you'll be able to see here in a second, is that can't be duplicated. So if you have access to a foam roller either at your gym or at home, you're going to need that. And then I'm going to show you how you can use this on your forearms, but as well, we're also going to use this guy. It's for your forearms. Show you all that in just a second, and after that, the only equipment you are going to need is a broom or a stick. Not your drumsticks, those are going to be too short. We need like a longer one, and a band or something heavy, okay? So it's going to be real quick, and if you're interested in the longer version, looks like this, you can get that on my website. Just go to musicstrong.com/live-workouts. Remind me later, and I'll tell you about it. I'm so glad you joined me, okay? So here's the things that you need to know. So when you guys are playing and you think about the posture that you have to adopt, you're sitting, let's not even get into throne position and throne quality and all that, but you know that there's a difference with how you play when your throne is good, bad, at the right height, not yours, etc., right? So you're in that position, you're not usually standing. Now, this is geared mostly towards set players, but can also be for percussionists. So if you guys are playing percussion, if you're playing vibes, it depends an awful lot on where your instrument is, how high or how low it can go. Are you reaching for the chimes? You guys have probably the most athletic job in the orchestra or in the band, honestly, right? The amount of calories you burn is insane. So, here we go. What we need to do, and when you think about how you play, we're gonna do three things. We are going to stretch what's tight, what's overactive, then we're going to activate what's weak or underactive, and then we're going to integrate and do some strength moves so you stay strong and we increase the stamina so you can play longer, which is what we need, right? So first things first, we're going to take this foam roller, and if you don't have one, just pay attention for future use. We're going to roll out your upper back, okay? So you never roll out your low back with this, ever. What you're going to do is you're going to put this on the floor. Reason being, by the way, think about how you sit on your throne, at your keyboard, in your car. It's always this kind of posture, right? And we need you here. We need you able to play all over the place without going this way. If there's one thing I've heard from drummers everywhere, is that posture is the hardest thing because of just the nature of the instrument. Everything's forward, right? We're going to go backwards. We're going to give you a little more mobility in that upper back. So you're going to put this right at the base of your shoulder blades, no lower. Let your head rest in your hands, right? So you're going to let your head rest in your hands. One sec. Holler with any questions if you have any. Let your head rest in your hands. You're not pulling, you're letting it rest. Really key. Bring your elbows in front of your face. Lift your butt up. You're going to roll back and forth just around that upper back. Getting some nice mobility. You might get little pops and creaks. That's okay. Make sure you're not pulling here, okay? Drop your butt on the ground. Oh, lean backwards. That should be your favorite part of the whole day. This whole workout, this is probably the thing that feels best. So just hang out there as long as you want, honestly. But we don't have time for that. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get your hip flexors. Your hip flexors are right here. Literally, they flex the hip. So if you think about where your hip joint is, that's not your bone up here. That's the joint. That's where your body meets your legs, right? Right below that, you never roll over a joint and you never roll over a bone. So we're going to go right below that. Because think about how much time you spend, if you're a drummer, how much time you spend sitting, right? A lot, which means your hips are flexed a lot, which means we need to get this to kick on. How we do that first is we need to stretch and roll these, get these to calm down. If you ever find yourself having low back pain, this can be part of it, right? So you're going to take this foam roller, it's going to go right below the crease of your hip joint. Or just like this, okay? You're going to look for those tender points just below the crawl, right there. Just below the crease of your hip, okay? all the way up to the inside, right in there. Ooh. If you find a tender spot, you want to find the middle of that tender spot, and I want you to press on it. The longer you press on it, the pain level should go down. And that's, you never want to be above a 7 on a 1 to 10 pain scale, and I know that's kind of subjective. That's fine. You're going to use both sides, but when you find that tender spot, could be all the way in here, could be over here, right in there, you're going to press on that, do both sides. All right, up there to the foam roller. Now we're going to use you need a wall. Here we go. You need a wall and a ball. Actually, this isn't going to work. I'm going to put it over here. It needs to be right there. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this ball, your lacrosse ball. We're going to look for tender points on your chest. So remember what I said is you never roll over a bone. So you don't want to roll over your sternum. You don't want to roll over your clavicle. We're going to go right below there. So like this, you're going to put it into the wall, rolling back and forth. Let's probably look better. This is not my normal setup, so apologies there. There we go. All right. Rolling back and forth looking for tender points. Generally, those tender points are going to be right about here or here. They're not going to be way down on your chest. So we're going for here and here. Take your arm, put it behind your back. Okay, right there. So I found one, and you're going to press in the middle of that. Don't press really hard because that'll hurt, okay? I always keep one of these in my gig bag, especially when I have long rehearsals, because, well, as a flute player, obviously, this arm comes forward. When your arms come forward, your chest gets more involved, right? And when you hold it in that position, for me, it's a static position where I have to hold it. That means this is basically on. It's working that whole time. And this will get it to calm down. With you guys, it can depend on if you're down here, if you're up, if you're, how much and how long you're playing. Are you doing like 10 hours a day? Are you doing an hour at a time? Right? So you don't want to press really hard, but find the middle of that tender point. Right there. Make sure your knees are not locked. Make sure you're breathing. And the pain may or may not go down. That's okay. If it doesn't, you're going to hold it for about 30 seconds, okay? And then, of course, we're going to do the opposite side. See if you've got anything over there. My guess is probably, especially if you're right-handed. Oof. Boy, that feels nice, y'all. Okay, let me give you a quick cheat. If you don't have a lacrosse ball, which I recommend you get because they're cheap, but if you don't, you've never seen one of these? Totally recommend you look into them. Your gym might have one, your friend might have one. These massage guns. So you hold it. It's got 5 different speeds. You can take this and massage. Don't take this wrong way. You can take this and massage yourself anywhere, okay? So you can get all those really awkward points. So like I said, you never roll over a joint. You don't want to roll over your shoulder joint with that bone. But now you can get those shoulder muscles, your biceps. It's really wonderful for getting those hard to reach areas. You can't take the place of a foam roller for your upper back. But for your hip flexors, your inner thigh, that whole area. We cover a lot of that. And we're also going to go over in just a second how to get your forearms. This will do that too. Think of how you hold your sticks, right? Right around in here, you might have something. Okay, this is called a jaw cue, and I'll put up the link if you want to check it out. You can use code MUSICSTRONG for 10% off. And I think they're having a sale. But if you don't have one of those, what you can use is a lacrosse ball. Again, you want to put this against a stable surface. This is not my preferred way to do this because it's awkward. You have to put your hand upside down. You have to you want to make sure the ball doesn't roll around, right? So, try this way. I think my kitty wants to make an appearance. So, we're going to pretend this is the table, right? You're going to roll around looking for tender points. Right in here. So, let me show you what this looks like. Right in here. So we've got the 2 bones here. You're going right in the middle. Or these areas right here. Sometimes right here, but probably not as much for you guys, okay? Oh, right. Ow, right there. So when you find that tender spot, you're going to hold and press. Make sure your hand is relaxed. Take your fingers together. And you can flex them that way and stretch, or you can just hold. Okay? 30 seconds on all of those tender points. If happen to have one of these, this is one of my favorite things. Climb Nashville, rock climbing gyms, they have these a lot of times. They're just getting popular for musicians, thank goodness. It's called an arm aid. And what you do, is if you're seated, you adjust it to the width of your forearm. It helps you massage your own forearm, right? So you just run your hand through looking for, tender points. Depends how much you're gripping the sticks, right? So the whole point of this is we're getting those tight muscles to relax. We can't stretch them until we get them to relax first. It's like I'm on a tender point right there. I feel it down into my fingers. Ooh, and that's what you're going for, okay? You're trying to get that to chill out. All right, so after this, we're going to stretch those tight muscles. So what do we have? We have we're going to stretch out your shoulders and your bicep. This is really key because of how much you guys play, right? So what you're going to do, you need a corner, put your hand flat against the wall, arm is straight, and you're going to twist away into the room. I want you to hold that for 30 seconds, okay? Woo, palm is flat, okay? So if you go like this, you probably won't feel as much. This, you won't feel as much. This really gets the whole front of your bicep and your shoulder. Same with this way, okay? 30 seconds there. After that, we're also going to stretch your forearms. So what you're going to do is you need a flat surface. We're going to use the floor here. All right. So we're going to stretch right here. You're going to put your hands flat on the ground, touch your fingertips together. Try to get your knuckles to come off the ground. Hold for 20 seconds. You shouldn't be able to get them to come off the ground, and that's totally fine. Woo. Make sure your elbows are straight and right underneath your shoulders. There you go. Relax. Come out of that nice and easy. If you want to get the underside, it's like this. Your fingers go wide. Try to pick up your fingertips off the ground. 20 seconds, okay? All right. After this, we need to give you some mobility. This is one of my favorite things for your shoulders. It's called the teacup drill. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's fun. So you're going to pretend you're holding a teacup in your hand. I want you to bring it around. Don't let the tea spill. Out, over your head, and back down. Okay? Around. You feel like you're doing a little bit of Tai Chi. You can also go the other way. Right? Bring it towards you. Keep your hand flat. Go around. Try the other side. Hand is flat. Bring towards you. Out. Around. So if you imagine having a teacup right here, don't let the tea spill. Right? Then we go the other way. Up. Around. Down. This is really great for shoulder mobility. If you get any kind of crunchies in that shoulder, let me know. I've got a video on how you can get rid of the crunchies in the shoulder. We don't want that. All right, so next thing we're going to do, we're almost done, guys. You need a broomstick for this. This is one of my favorite ways to get you a little bit of shoulder strength, a little bit of rotator cuff action. All these muscles right here in your upper back, you know how they get sore and tight because we do this? This is going to help with that. Okay. What you need? Door. You really just need a wall. So you can bring your hands out just like this. Parallel to the ground. This is not parallel. This is not parallel. When I say parallel, a lot of times my clients will do this. Or they'll go here and then do that. That's not parallel. Parallel. That's the reason why we're using the door, right? So I want you to hold this. Pull your shoulders down. Pull your elbows back against the wall. Rotate. Press up. You'll notice that when I do this, if I don't do anything, if I just hang out, I do this all day, I don't feel anything. So it's really important that you pull your belly button in, squeeze your shoulders down, pull straight back. If you come down, you'll notice you have to move your arms to be able to not hit yourself in the head, right? It means you're cheating. So squeeze your shoulders down, pull your shoulders back, up, squeeze your shoulders down while you're pressing up. Come out, squeeze your shoulders, squeeze, squeeze. Do that 10 times. Should feel really nice back here. Let me know if you got any questions on that one. It's a little weird. All right, so problem is this is taking too long. I've got 4 more exercises, but I'm going to keep this short. We're going to combine a couple. We need to get you some core strength, right? So we're going to do I'm going to show you a couple variations real quick. These two are if you don't have any equipment, and the other two are if you do have equipment. So we've got plank touch and a bear crawl touch. Here's the deal. This is for your core. When I say your core, I don't mean your abs. I mean everything, your butt, your abs, your chest, your shoulders. Your core is everything but your arms and legs and head, okay? Everything but your appendages. So to do this is going to keep you stable and strong while you're on the throne, while you're playing around, so you don't end up hunched and tired and sore, okay? Belly button's coming in. You're going to hold your spine in neutral. I want you to put your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Elbows are straight. Pull your shoulders down. Push the floor away. Come out. I want you to bring your butt in the air a little higher than normal. Then tuck under and squeeze, okay? That's hard enough for some people because you're still pulling down, pushing away, tucking, squeezing, right? If it's not hard enough, here we go. Tuck, squeeze, hold, touch, 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 touch. Here's something I want you to notice. My hips aren't moving right. Yours shouldn't either. Your goal is to have an imperceptible weight shift in your hips, okay? Most people are like, yeah, I got this. Nope. That means you are super loosey-goosey through here. This is all super strong, right? So, variation one, don't let the hips move. Don't let your hands come farther out. Keep them right underneath your shoulders. Okay? Whew, it's hard to talk and do that. Try it for 10 seconds. Work your way up to 2 sets of 30 seconds. If you get bored of that, we've all done a bear crawl, right? This will also increase the strength and endurance of your shoulder muscles by the nature of this. So you get core, shoulder strength, all in one. You're going to put your hands down. We're going to get on all fours. Come up on your toes. Now, if we were going to do this, that would be a bear crawl, right? We're not going to do that. We're going to get into a bear crawl position. And I want you to touch your hand to your knee. Like this. You probably don't want to do this backstage, this part anyway. The other stuff you totally can. I would do this at the gym or at home. It might look a little funny backstage. Okay? So you come up, touch, touch. Again, you'll notice I'm trying to keep my hips stable. We're not, no shifties, right? Touch. And try not to move. Your goal there is 10 to 30 seconds. 5 seconds and I'm breathing hard. Talk. And when that's easy, go for 2 sets of 30 seconds. Alright, we have 2 strength moves. I'm going to try to combine upper, lower, and core to get you the best results in the 2 moves that will help you the most. So, one you're going to need a band for. Doesn't matter what kind of band. If it has handles or doesn't have handles, doesn't matter. We are going to use a band of handles. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to set this in the door. Ideally, this way, but the whole thing about this, if you're not in a gym, is you have to find a way to do this where you've got it hooked to something stable on the lower surface. I don't have that, so I'm going to have to use the door here. We're going to do a side plank and row. If you can't do a side plank, start with a side plank first. It's going to look like this. You want your arm directly underneath your shoulder, right? When you come up, try to dig the side of your foot like that, not like this, but like that into the ground, okay? You're going to come up and pull. Pull. Notice what I'm not doing. I'm not coming up here. I'm keeping my elbow nice and low, okay? We're going to do this slow. Pull and back. Pulling with your back muscles, not so much your biceps. We're going to go for 10 on each side. So from the left side, looks like this. I don't know if it makes a difference. There you go. Go up and pull. So you notice I'm not shrugging. I'm trying to pull my elbow behind me. My body is not moving, and I'm not tilted this way, okay? That's your side looking around. Okay, we got one exercise left, and we're done, y'all. I'm going to use dumbbells because I need to have them. If you don't, All you need is something heavy. Grab yourself a couple of bags, 10-pound bags of rice, if you happen to have them, or your gig bag, a couple of them, a couple of backpacks. Get creative. Maybe not mulch, be a little heavy. Okay? Now here's our last exercise. We're going to do a side lunge curl to press. Why are we doing so much side lunging and so much side stuff? Here's the deal, guys. We sit this way. For everything. We sit, we sit, we sit. We don't do a whole lot in this plane, right? It's always front to back, this way. You don't need any more squats. You sit a lot. So we're going to incorporate a lower body exercise. And the reason we're doing side lunge, again, because of the sitting, is also because if you think about how you play, your legs are probably like this. You don't play like this. So we want to increase the endurance of these muscles and these muscles. And to do a side lunge properly, you need to stay upright, belly button in, shoulders back. I'm going to show you that. Curl press, pretty self-explanatory. Think about all the drumming you do. I hope it's not up here. Chimes, drumming. We have a lot of overhead stuff. Loading your gear into the van or into the truck. Or you got to have strong arms and shoulders to be able to haul your gear, load your gear, right? Play out here. You don't play here a lot. Well, obviously I don't play drums. You're not out here. But I mean, you're down here. You're down here. But you're also going out these different directions. I keep thinking about chimes, you know. So there's a whole lot of applicability to this, but it also changes the boredom factor, so you're not just doing the one thing, right? Here's how you do a side lunge. So belly button's in, chest is up. Take a big step out with one foot. Stick your butt back and come up. From the side, it looks like this. I'm going to tell you why this is important. Out, back. So you can see me a little better here. And go out and back. This is what I see a lot. Nope, that puts all the pressure on my knee. You want to put it on your butt. It's going to feel like you're sticking your butt way out. Totes fine, okay? Belly button's in, chest is up. Otherwise, we get this and this. This is probably the worst side lunge you can do. Let's find from the front. 9, okay? So, curl press. You start here, curl, press. What's important about this? Notice my arms are covering my ears. I'm not way out here. That's really bad, okay? If you find that you can't do a press and cover your ears, do more of those dowel rod exercises. Do a bunch of them, squeezing your shoulders back until you can, and just do the side lunge. So we're going to aim for 10 on each leg, and it looks like this. Step out, come up, curl, press. This way, back down. Step out, curl, press. I'm going to do a couple from the side so you can see me as well. Notice when I step out, my foot is straight ahead. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. And my chest is up. My spine is neutral. Do not round your back. In other words, you want here, weights on my heel. Okay? When I step out, chest stays up. Curl, press. I'm also not flinging the weight, and I'm not doing this. Okay? Whew, that went longer than I meant to. It's been a while since I've done a short one. How are you with any questions? And if you want the more in-depth version, where there's an awful lot we just did not get to. Because if you get the in-depth version, here is the short corrective exercise version. I tried to actually take this workout, the full one, and the corrective one, so it wasn't just corrective. I tried to marry the two, that's why it went a little long. But we've got all these different things that you can do, and I show you in the workout how to do it, why you need to do it, what your muscle compensations are, and why it's important to address them. And if you're interested, you can grab that on my website, musicstrong.com/live workouts. Thanks for joining me today, guys. This is Day Music Strong.